Hey, what's up coders, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you a very cool Flutter plugin which is called the FlipCard. It's very simple to use, but if you use it very effectively you can create a lot of use cases using it. So this is called the FlipCard. So the name itself, it suggests that it flips the card, but I didn't want to use it like a flip card only to flip this card. I wanted to use more than that. So if you look at the use case that I have here, I have created a simple business card displaying the details of the person, and when I flip it, it displays the social links of the same person. So when I click on the container, it again reflects back to the original details. So if you look at this, it's not restricted to flipping only containers, cards or list. You can flip this entire screen, or you could flip only this image. Or for example, if you have an quiz app and you have the question in the front panel, and when you click on the panel you have the choices revealing in your back panel. So you could definitely use it for that. You could definitely use this Flutter plugin for that kind of scenarios. Or you could create an article with an image or a book and a book cover, and when you click on the book cover, when it reveals the details of the author or the price or a few more descriptions, a very brief description about the book. So definitely you can use in those kind of scenarios. So these are a couple of use cases where we could use this FlipCard plugin. Now let's jump into the implementation part. So let me clear up the template and let's get started. Well, to start up with the implementation, if you look at my demo page, I need a background image. So this is specifically to my use case I'm explaining. So if you look at it, it has a background image which fits the entire screen. So to do that, I'm using a stack so that I can stack this small business card over the image. So for that, I'm using a stack widget, and I'm using a container with the media query width and height and the box decoration and the image. So this is a simple one which actually allows you to create that image in the background. So if I do a hot restart, and if you look at the image, let me check. I think yeah, it's built, and okay, it's still building. Okay, so if you look at the image, yeah, there you go. So you see this entire screen is being occupied by this image. Now we need to add a card. So the card has to be exactly placed at the center, and I want this entire card to be flipped. So for that, you have to start with your child, and I'm adding it inside a container, and my container has column widget, and inside this column widget I'm gonna ensure that this is aligned to the center. So okay, let's give a children widget array. Okay, my system seems to be slow. Let me okay, so it's an array. Okay, so just to ensure that the card is displayed at the center, using the main axis alignment center property of the column. Okay, so now inside this, I'm going to start up with another container of size of height 400. This is what is going to create my container. So let me quickly copy the container part so that I can avoid some or minimize some typing. So this is my child container. Well, before that, let me remove this part. Okay, maybe I've got some padding. Okay, we can add that later. So I'm creating a container of height 400. And now the child of this container is the FlipCard. So when you're using the FlipCard, ensure that you add the plugin details so that first you need to add the dependency in your pubspec file and then use this import. So I leave the details of the FlipCard dependencies and the plugin details in the description. So once you're done with this, you have your container, and the child of this container is the FlipCard. So here is the functionality of the FlipCard part. So inside the FlipCard there are two factors. One is the front and the back. So whatever you add in the front is displayed in the front panel, and the back is the back panel. So it's up to you now how to effectively, or depending on your use case, you can tweak this and use it. And there is also direction wise, the FlipCard has two direction. One is either horizontal or vertical. So right now you're seeing the horizontal part, which is the default. You can also use it as a vertical so that it flips in the vertical direction. So my direction is flip direction horizontal. So it is horizontal, and this is in the uppercase. So this is a mandatory factor for your FlipCard, and it also requires parameters back and front. So first let's start with the front, and next with the back. So let's define this. So I don't want to define all my widgets inside this, so I have created a separate widget so that it would be easy when someone else is reading my code, or if you want to debug it, or if you want to do any changes. So what I've done is I've used a material widget so that I get that shadow effect. I can add the shadow, I can add some border radius and color. So I'm just quickly gonna grab all those details. You must have seen this in the chart video that I've used, just using certain parameters here. And then this has another parameter child, and this is where the container or the content of your front FlipCard is being added. So that is what I'm going to do. For this I'm going to use a separate widget, and I'm going to say name detail container, and this is where all my details related to the front panel updated. So this is my front. Similar way I'm going to use another material for my back with the social icon details. So there you go. So I have my front material and my back material, and now let's define these widgets so that we can see the content in the front panel. Alright, now we have defined the widget, separate widget for the front panel. So it's called the name details container. When you look at the name detail container, it's nothing but a simple container with a particular height and the width it takes up to the screen, and I've given a box decoration with an opacity and a border radius. So this is what my name details container is. And similar way for my back container, which is the social container, I have given the same parameter but with a different color and an opacity. So if you do a build, let's do a hot restart. So as of now, I've not added any content. I've just built the template for the front and back. So if you look at it, there you go. So you see this is, okay, it's building it. It's taking some time. Okay, there you go. So you can see that I have my image and this is my front, and I've just given this a block with a circular border just to give that difference that there is a kind of an heading. So this is my front panel, and when you click on it you get the back panel, which is of a different color just to differentiate. You can in fact have it the same color. Also, I just wanted to show you another feature which I found very interesting and nice. If you look at this, yeah, the material, if I give an opacity of 0.3, this gives you a nice glassy look of this container. Say if you want to add some kind of articles or details, see, you could see even the back image, and at the same time it gives that glassy effect. Definitely you can use this kind of frosty containers or cards for your other apps. So yeah, just wanted to let you know, but I'm gonna change it back because my use case content into it, so I cannot add it with that kind of opacity. Okay, so let's move on to the adding the content part. So I have just yeah, so this is the name detail container. So if you look at this, I've added a circle image with a title and a subtitle. To achieve this kind of design, you could use a list style because it has a leading icon, then a title and a subtitle. So I always try to use whenever I find this kind of a design. So if you look at the details container, I've used something similar to it. So I'm going to show you how it looks. Well, that was not the details container. In my detail container, I'm actually adding all the details related to the person. So this is my detail container and this is my name container. So if you look at the name container, that is this part, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, okay, we're going to comment this part. Okay, so here what I've done is I've used another column and I've added the list style here. So this has three containers. One is the leading, title and the subtitle. So in my leading, I have used the circular avatar image. So it gives that circular picture. And in my title, I've used the name of the person and added some text. And in my subtitle, I have used the job title of the person. And I've added inside the decoration so that it gives you that round circular box decoration. So this is what is there. So if you refresh it, you should be able to see the top section of the flip card. So let's build this. So there you go. You can see that it's built and you can see the top container with the details. So for the details container, I have used another widget so that it's nothing but it's another column widget combination of your text, because if you look at it, it's just a text with an icon and a text. So I've used this as one container and this one I have used it in a row container, so to give you that effect. So it's purely a combination of text. Please feel free to add different details like images or icons or any kind of other widgets inside this to see how your flip card works with this plugin, and please do share it also. So similar way, this detail container has the details like your the details of the person and the text and the icon as I mentioned. So similar way for the social container, which is the back side of the container, I've used the similar fashion kind of an structure, which is a container of a similar height. If you want, you can change the height. Anyway, while flipping, it really doesn't matter, or the back content doesn't get displayed or anything as such. It's only when you click the back container is displayed. So I've given a similar details like the front with the list style, leading and the title. But I've not but the subtitle is empty in my case because I didn't want it to give, because it's a social icon. And for the details section, I've added the social icons, which is nothing but a container, and I'm using a font or some icon here like the Twitter and some text in it. So if I do a hot reload, and you could see the final product of this FlipCard plugin. There you go. So you can see that this is your front card, and when you click on it, you should be able to see your back side. So this is how you could effectively use this plugin. When you see for the first time FlipCard, you won't think of a use case, but definitely there are a lot of use cases you can use it using this plugin. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you find this video interesting, please give it a like and do subscribe. And if you find this informative, please do share it. Thank you.